Hello everyone, welcome to your introduction on VR programming with VEX Robotics. So to find the program that we're looking for into Google or into your search bar, you're going to type VEX Code VR and hit enter. We're looking for a link from VEX Code Robotics, and there it is. And then we're going to go to vrvex.com. You could also just type in vr.vex.com into your search bar and it'll come to this page. So this is the online environment for block-based programming for VEX. And the nice thing about this is that unlike at school where we have actual robots to test on, we can test our robots in the virtual playground, which is right up here. So if I click that, it opens up a screen, and once that screen loads, we'll have our virtual playground going. There are several different playgrounds we can mess with. First of all, let's look at expand. We can make the screen bigger or smaller depending on the size of our screen. You can also hide it, which means it just drops it down. Now, if at some point you close it, all you have to do is open a new one back up and it'll be just fine. You don't have to do anything weird about that. There are several different playgrounds. There's a grid map, art canvas, disc maze, all these different things. They just have different objects on there and tasks that you can do. So it just gives you kind of a different location to mess with. Activities, if you want some activities of your own, click on this. There's some activities. I'll be creating activities for you and be uploading them. Challenges for you to try and complete. All this information up here is the robot's information of where it is and what it's seeing and all this nice information. If you don't need that, you can turn that off, turn it back on with this toggle switch right here. There are two views that you can use. It starts out of the overhead view, but you can also start out at a view this way. This won't actually follow the robot. It'll like follow the robot, but doesn't turn with the robot. So we'll just stay in this orientation. And then the next two buttons are these. This is the reset button. So once you run your code once, if you want to run it again, it'll erase everything you've done here, and then you hit play to run your code again. So let's do something. This first assignment is just going to be getting our feet wet, making the robot move around, do some stuff. So we're going to create a quick little dance for our robot to do. You can do it however you'd like. For this, I'm going to actually choose the art canvas because that'll start my robot off in the middle of the canvas, not off on one of the corners like that. It's a little easier to move around when you're doing that. So let's just grab some stuff and do it. First of all, I want your dance to last for 60 seconds. So let's go get a repeat until block, throw it up there, and then we'll come down here and we'll repeat until the timer is greater than 60 seconds. That'll give us a 1 minute of dance. And then up here, we need to go find our timer in seconds greater than 60. And then afterwards, we want our robot to stop. So I'm just going to put a stop driving at the very end. The rest of my code, I'm going to try and get inside this loop. Maybe the only exception to that is the speed. I'm going to set the drive speed to start with and the turn velocity. And I'm going to set both to 100. I'm going to create the simplest little dance move and show you how it's done. So I do want to track my robot's motion as it goes. So I'm going to move the robot pin down. So this robot has a pin in the middle of it. And if you move it down, it'll start marking its location. Move it up, it'll stop marking its location. You can also select the pin color. I'm going to make it red just because that's super fun. And I've put those outside of my repeat loop. So if I want to change the color, I need to put them back into the repeat loop somewhere if I want to change colors at some point. And so let's just get going then. So I'm going to say I want my robot to turn right 45 degrees. Actually, before that, let's just drive it forward. And the 200, this is in millimeters. Now, 200 millimeters is not very far. So remember, there are about 25 millimeters in an inch. So this is about 8 inches of motion. So about like one robot-ish width. So don't be worried that you're going some huge distance with that big number. And then at that 200, I'm going to have it turn right and then 45 degrees. And then I'm going to actually have it drive backwards. So So it's going to be like stepping forward to start with, taking a couple steps forward, and then stepping backwards to the right. But I'm going to make maybe this one 150, a little shorter than that one. I don't know. It's my dance move. I can do what I want. Don't judge me. And then I'm going to make it go back. So it's going to be like step back, step forward. So I'm just going to say, hey, drive forward for 150. And then, so we've gone forward, we turned forward, we went back and forth, and now we're going to turn, I'm going to turn left this time and switch it up for my right turn. And this one I'm going to turn 90 because I'm going to go back to normal, which is 45, then 45 more to the other side. And then I'm going to do these two blocks again. So I'm going to copy and paste that block of 3, put it there, and maybe pull that one out because I don't really need that one. All right, so once we have a couple things of code that we want to take a look at, let's take a look at them. So I'll come over here to the playground and just hit play. And let's see what it does. Oh, that's kind of fun. Like it goes back, 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 back. And it's going to keep repeating this. And the nice thing is on the code here, it tells you which block it's reading at that time. So if something goes wrong, you'll know which block to that you need to go fix. So that was kind of a cool pattern. Now what I could do here is I could, because it's going to do the exact same thing over again, I could add some more detail in here. In fact, I could even put a loop in here. So let me pause this real quick. I noticed I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these things make a full circle. So what I might do is just come down here and get a repeat loop, pop it around all of those, call it 8. And then if I want something to happen after that, like, I don't know, let's set the pen color to blue. And maybe I want to have another repeat loop. And I want to do this time I'm going to do a little bit of spinning. So I'm going to turn right for, I don't know, 720 degrees. Now if I want to see how all this works, I can reset and I can hit play and it will run me through all of that code again. And then I'll pick up this new code. Now, if I don't want to sit through all this code, something I can do is I can just say disable block on this repeat loop. Notice how it all turns gray? It's going to now skip that and go straight to the next one. So reset, and now I can just kind of see what this does. You can see it just sits there and spins. And it's going to repeat that 10 times. So it's going to do like, 20 turns before it stops. So I'll hit stop and end that. Then before I do it, I just want to enable the blocks again. And that's it. So today, just create a dance program. Have at least 2, if not 3 loops in your program. And have a little bit of fun with it. Make sure you can turn the pin on. And then when you get this all done, you're going to be sharing you're going to be turning your work in Teams. So in the next video, I'll show you how to do that.